Hey, Carla, this is Lori with Soul Sisters Digital Design. Thanks for calling earlier and chatting with me. I'm shooting this video to show you how your current website and your business is stacking up against your competition online and to give you some steps that you can take to improve things. So, as Google crawls the web, it is really looking at three things: content, citations, and backlinks. So those are the things I'm going to talk about in the course of this video. Now, content just refers to the words and images on your site. Google likes to see between 1,500 and 2,000 words on a page, kind of at the minimum, to give it a good idea of what you do and where you are. The exact amount is going to kind of depend on the competition and the number of keywords needed. So what's a keyword? A keyword is really anything someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So let's take a look at what a Google search might look like for you. So I went to Chrome, my favorite browser, and typed in tree service, Gainesville, Florida. What you'll see is right at the very top here, these are sponsored listings, so these are ads. But right below that, and at the very basically top of the search results, is what we call the map pack. So the top three listed here are going to get the most traffic because they are super easy to find. The map is really easy to use. It's listed before any other results, really. And it has a lot of information kind of right at people's fingertips, like reviews, years in business, etc. So the way to get into the top three of these is, first, you have to have a Google business profile. I did notice that you do have one. And the second part of that is filling it out as much as possible, as completely and accurately as possible. And the third aspect is having your name, address, and phone number listed in as many relevant directories on the web as possible. Now, there's tons of directories out there. They can range from everything from Yelp and Yellow Pages, even Facebook can count as that. But the more times that happens, that name, address, phone number appearing in the exact same format, the more power it gives to your profile. And every place you do that is considered a citation. The idea being that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger that online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So below the map pack is what we call the organic results. And that just basically means not paid. Ideally, you want to be in the top three here as well. By being in the top three of both, it really gives you that about a 30% increase in traffic to your website. But back to content for a second. I went ahead and pulled up your website here, which it looks good. It's got a good, clean look to it. It's very modern looking. You've got all of your services kind of called out. You've got a call to action right here with this call now. But what there's not a ton of is actual content. In fact, when I put you into a word counter, I found that you've got about 389 words. So there is definitely room for growth within that content. Now, one of the other things I like to do is look at a website kind of from behind the scenes. I use a tool called Ahrefs. And so I plugged in your website here, and what I can see is that you are getting about 3 visits per month to your website. That is being driven from about 72 keywords. But if we drill down and take a look at those keywords, I can see, I can see that for stump grinding, Gainesville, Florida, so that particular keyword is being searched 30 times per month. Now, you're in position 8 for that, which puts you, if you think about it, the way that Google used to be, which was 10 results per page, toward the bottom of the first page. Anything above 10 in ranking is not going to get much traffic because people don't usually scroll that far to find the results that they're wanting. So stump grinding, it's your highest ranked position, but it's only a 30 volume. So because of that, and you're in position 8, it's only getting you 2 visits per month for that particular keyword. If you look at junk removal, Gainesville, Florida, now that's being searched 200 times per month. But you're in position 21 for that, so it's not garnering you much traffic at all. It's one visits per month. And tree specialist, even though that's being searched 250 times per month, you're in position 19 for that, and you're getting 0 traffic for it. So you can see that even though Google has recognized some of these terms for you. None of them are really ranking high enough to get you the traffic that you need. Now, in contrast, I did pull up the number one result, which was Skyfrog Tree Service. This is their website right here. And when I look at them from behind the scenes, I can see that they're actually getting about 385 visits per month, and that is being driven from 864 keywords. And if we drill down and look at those, you can see that for Tree Service Gainesville, Florida, that particular keyword is being searched 150 times per month. Because they're in the second position for that term alone is getting them 44 keywords. So you can see what a difference it can make to really target what it is that you do and what it is that you want to be found for. The second highest organic result was actually this Tree Service GainesvilleFL.com. And when I look at them, they are getting about 92 visits per month, driven from about 280 keywords. That Gainesville Tree Service being searched 100 times per month, they're in position 3 for that. So that's getting them 17 visits. But really just kind of driving home, you really want to target the kind of customer you want to attract and with what they're already searching for. Those keywords are what you want to sprinkle all throughout your content so that there is no doubt in Google's mind exactly what kind of people might be interested in your service or product. So for you, your tree service in Gainesville, Florida, that needs to be super clear. The last piece of the ranking puzzle is what we call backlinks. A backlink is anywhere you find one website linking to another via clickable or hyperlink text. So these links act like an endorsement. Again, it's building trust from Google's perspective by seeing these other businesses vouch for you. So it's kind of like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins, but not all links are created equal. Those that are relevant to your field are going to count more, as will those that are local. And ideally, you want those links to be just as powerful as they are trustworthy in their own right, just because that's going to count more. So when I'm trying to see kind of what your backlink profile is, I go back to my tool here, RFs, and I can see that you have about 29 different sites coming back to you. But rather than paying attention to the number of domains or the number of backlinks, because again, they're not all created equal, I instead look at these scores right here. This DR and UR score are both on a scale of 0 to 100. The DR is really saying, like, for the domain, how powerful are the links coming into it? And the UR is more like, how much how trustworthy are those links? So again, these are pretty close to each other. So, you've got a good ratio there, but you don't have a very high score on that. Versus if we look at Skyfrog, they're at a 14 and 12. So definitely more, but not a ton more referring domains. Remember, yours were, 29 versus 106. But the number of things coming in, 72 versus 302. But again, these aren't created equal. So you can have really powerful, good backlinks that can trump somebody having just a whole lot more, as long as they're the right kind. And then for a Tree Service Gainesville, we see that they've got a score of DR of 30. Probably tells me this is being driven by the fact that it's probably built on something like Wix or Weebly or some other thing and hosted, benefiting from some of the other domain backlinks, and a UR of 10. But coming back to once all of those things come together, so your content, your backlinks, your citations, that's when things begin ranking higher and higher and more customers find you, because that's obviously the goal, right? But I hope this information's been helpful. I always love to hear feedback on these videos because I want them to be helpful. I'm going to call you tomorrow, see if we can chat a little bit more, and would love to, when we chat, to kind of hear your feedback and what exactly you guys are wanting to do as far as how fast to build, etc., what your goals are. Because then I can do research and find out exactly what might be realistic for your business and what it's going to take to reach those goals. Again, my name is Lori. I'm with Soul Sisters Digital Design. My number is 352-235-9803. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow.